So we all know that South Africa is an amazing place. And as we celebrate Heritage Month, do you know much about all of your provinces? Or perhaps is there something special about your little dorpie that you want us to know? Well, Nick Hamman from our sister radio station here at the SABC 5FM has been on the journey, taking listeners of Heritage Month on a tour around our amazing country. And he joins me in studio to tell us a little bit more. Nick, welcome. Good to have you on Morning Live.
Thank you for having me.
So talk to me about this journey. Now, you're doing this, it's by car, you're driving around every single province. Where have you gone so far?
So we kicked off on the 1st of September. We went to Mabato in the northwest. We kind of skirted around the different small towns and areas there. We went to Groot Mariko and a couple other dorpies. Then we went to Limpopo. We drove all the way up to ancient Mapungubwe, or the site of ancient Mapungubwe, which is an old civilization that predated Great Zimbabwe. From there, we came down into Mpumalanga, and now we're in Gauteng today.
Unbelievable. So what's the idea behind it all?
The idea behind this all is that very often when we consume media, very often when we go on social media, we get a very, unfortunately, negative portrayal of South Africa, and we don't believe that's the case. Myself and my producer, Mad Money Mike, wanted to get on the road, and we wanted to meet South Africans as they are and tell stories that aren't that often told about our history and our heritage and our culture. And we want listeners to be able to do that with us. So every day on the show, we broadcast from wherever we happen to be, and we share as much as we can about where we are.
That is incredible. So where has been the most interesting place you've stopped and done your show from?
Probably when we were in Mpumalanga, Limpopo, I'd say. Actually, we went to ancient Mapungubwe, or the site of ancient Mapungubwe. I knew nothing about this place. I mean, this is a pre-colonial civilization that goes back to a time when trade routes were established with Egypt and with China and with the Chad civilizations in the middle of Africa. And this was a society that predates that of Great Zimbabwe and the ruins that exist there today, that we don't know that much about, but we're starting to learn more and more. And we went and met with people who had passed down oral traditions about the area, about the language, about the structure of the society. And it's something that illuminates a very interesting part of our history that I don't think is taught that well in schools, and I think should be.
Well, I mean, I think it's fantastic because, I mean, the listenership of 5FM is young. It's a, I mean, what are we looking at?
I think primarily we kind of say it's for youth-minded people,
youth-minded
so
people.
anyone really.
Absolutely, anyone that does, but I mean, primarily it's a younger target market.
Primarily we're speaking sort of, I guess 16 to 23 is what they'd call the core target audience.
And I mean, this is really interesting because I imagine it's the first time 5FM has embarked on something like this.
I would like to say it's the first time that anyone in South African radio has embarked on something like this. Look, we walked to Polokwane last year, myself and Mike, and that was 330 kilometers on the road over 2 weeks. And following that, everyone's been saying, well, what's next? Yeah. And we've felt this deep burning need and desire to get out and show South Africa for its people, for its history, for its culture. And I think so far we're doing it. I mean, the response has been amazing from people that we've met along the way, from people who've phoned into the show, from emails that we've been receiving, and I can't wait to keep going.
Yeah. So where do you go from today?
So we're in Gauteng today. Tomorrow we leave to Isandlwana, which is in KZN. Yeah. And obviously the site of a lot of famous battles. What we're going to do is we're going to follow on horseback the narrative of the story of Johnny Clegg's
On horseback?
Yeah, on
horseback. So now you're going to stop the car and jump onto a horse?
Yes, and hopefully try and retell a story that has been shared by Johnny Clegg, but in our own unique way.
That's fantastic. Now, what about the music that you've been playing? I mean, has it been representative of the areas that you've been going to?
Yes, of course. I mean, to a large extent, the kind of broader purpose of 5FM is to connect South Africans through the power of music, and we've tried to incorporate that into the show. One thing that we are doing is myself and Mike have put this playlist together of the greatest South African road trip songs. It's busy evolving at the moment, and it's got everything on it from, older classics like Johnny Clegg to contemporary, or even like people like Malaika and guys like, KO and Casper Nyovest, and just something that we will then give to the public afterwards as well as a sort of music offering.
That's fantastic. So the best South African road trip songs.
Yes.
I love that. I love that idea. That's brilliant. So, I mean, obviously the planned journey, I mean, you're going to very important sites in our history. So, okay, as you've explained, you're off to KZN next. The route, where do you go from there?
So KZN, we start up in the north and we move down into central Durban.
Okay.
From there, we're going to go over into the Eastern Cape, starting at the top, sort of coming in around Hogsback side, going into Bishu, going into the East London, Grahamstown, see the students. From there up to the Northern Cape, starting in Kimberley, going across and down through the Karoo, and then Clan William as we hit the Western Cape, down to Cape Town, and then back up to Johannesburg.
That is amazing. It's so nice. And if anyone wants to follow your journey,
yes.
Obviously social media plays a big part of it, but how do we follow?
Social media is excellent because you can kind of watch it in real time. So the two best ways are to either hashtag Hamman Tour, HAMMANTOUR,
yeah,
or hashtag Love SA, which is part of the SABC's Love South Africa Heritage Month initiative.
And I think what's so amazing is to understand the technology that goes into this, the fact that you can stop wherever you want to and put up a broadcast that is going nationwide, because I mean 5FM is a national radio station, so
yeah.
it's great. I mean the technology that you're using.
There's a lot of preparation obviously that goes into something like this behind the scenes. That Sanele, who's doing technical production, or Mad Money Mike, who's doing production as well, will attest to. But when we've done previous trips in the past, what we've been able to do, if we're not near a studio, is use 4G technology. So basically it would just be an iPad or something, good quality mic into it, and then connect a Skype line to the studios in Johannesburg.
Yeah.
Which is it's something that we're hoping nobody else figures out, but now they know. So.
Now that they know, I think you've given it. Listen, I think it's a brilliant idea. Nick, thanks for chatting to us, and maybe you can come visit us after you've finished.
I'd love to.
We're here and see what some of the inventions brought
I would love
at the end of Heritage Month. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Leah.
Good luck. So Nick on this tour. It's a heritage tour around South Africa. He's a 5FM DJ. He'll be doing his show live from different provinces and amazing places throughout this Heritage Month. So tune into 5FM or follow him on social media as well. All right, it's 8 o'clock here on Morning Live. Let's get our news bulletin from Palesa.